Mr. Soo Kim, thank you for sitting down with us at Gaming America to talk about Bally's and what you're doing over there. Much appreciated.
Of course, Cameron.
Yep. My first question is about your acquisition of games, I believe in October of this year. That's made Bally's Corporation basically into half land-based, half online. And I'm wondering, what is the implication for your land-based casinos now that you have this huge online arm?
Yeah, I think, look, we are half and half, and that I think makes us quite unique. Both sides of the business are generating really strong earnings. So I think that's the first industrial logic, which gives us a very sound financial base, so that we can we can sort of be prepared for the future. We do intend to make investments to build our online business here in the U.S., the U.S. Interactive, and really the impact to the casinos is that we would be over time, incorporating more and more of the elements of the online business to the physical casino business. So historically, physical casinos actually have very little control over their gaming product, their gaming experience. So whether it's the casino management system that operates the promotions and loyalty points, that monitors the slot machines themselves. The entire gaming experience for casinos are typically outsourced to many suppliers, and that's just like almost like a historical artifact. But the customer belongs to the casino, and I think that because there's this big division between the customer, the casino, and all the gaming operations and its experience, I think it leads to a certain inefficiency because these two things are separated. We expect that eventually, and again, this is in the medium term, that the gaming industry will evolve, and there'll be less of a strict dichotomy between equipment and the casino itself, and things like the database analysis that we do on our customers on the GameSys online side. We'll be able to do that next level of real-time analysis in terms of what people are playing, what kind of games they like, what else should we suggest to them, what other experiences that we could suggest that will make them more sticky to our casino and the gaming experience that we're offering. All of these things I think will be improved by the technology that we will incorporate from GameSys. So I think you can look to see our physical operations, embrace this technology, data analysis, and ultimately lead to a better customer experience, a differentiated customer experience.
Sure. And how about the evolution of GameSys itself? Because I know in the United States, sports betting is a lot more of an online activity than I know GameSys is from Europe originally. So
Yes.
do you see GameSys itself changing as it encounters this vast new market?
Yeah, well, Cameron, that's actually a very good question. The answer is yes and no. The U.S. is regulatorily clearly sports on mobile sports betting led, and so we need to have a good mobile sports betting product for the U.S. specifically, because that's what leads the online gaming markets here. In Europe, Asia, rest of the world, it's different. It's a little bit more open, so you can go with sports or you don't have to, right? And so GameSys is one of the leaders in going with bingo, iCasino, poker, really all products other than sports. Mm-hmm. And so look, it's nice for us to have that, but I think tackling the U.S. Interactive opportunity today, we're going to have to come with a sports angle for now. I mean, we're still going to have all that expertise on iGaming, and obviously in the states that where we can launch iGaming without the sports, we will. So, for example, Our next launch, really the first launch of the combined companies, is actually bringing that updated GameSys product to New Jersey. And so I guess, New Jersey's been iGaming since 2013, so that doesn't feel exciting to a lot of people. But for us, we're super excited because that's like the industrial logic of the deal actually coming together. Look, I think the sports evolution, we will be bringing sports to GameSys. That's going to require some time, some tech development. And you obviously know that we have this relationship with Sinclair and Bally Sports, so and Tennis Channel. And so we have a lot of sports that are in our sort of orbit that in terms of sports media. And yeah, we are working on a number of products, including just putting the sports into the current GameSys product and the next generation product as well, which is, hey, you can view the sports, you can play along with the sports through sports betting, and then you can play along, while you're there, you can also do iGaming. That's sort of the next evolution beyond that. But we're actually working on both at the same time. Look, the combination of GameSys and Bally's is about tackling an opportunity set that we don't have a immediate solution for, but we're quite confident that we will be solving in our own unique, differentiated way in the very near term.
Sure. Moving on a bit, I know Bally's just a few weeks ago submitted an application to get one of the 3 Downstate New York casino licenses, and you're making a big push for that. I'm wondering what you're hoping to offer to the city or to the region and to the community in establishing your presence there.
Sure. So look, obviously we were successful in getting one of the 9 licenses for a mobile sports betting in New York. So we're already in New York State in that sense, and we'll be launching that in come early next year. Yeah, look, I actually think that, I am a sort of contrarian, and maybe in this sense that, we still like casino gaming. We still very much believe that the industry, I think, look, it's a mature industry, but, I think strategic or tactical deployment of capital in the right areas at the right time will get very good returns and create a nice, a really nice business. So if you think about the waves of gaming in America, whether it's like riverboat gaming or, regional gaming generally, the expansion of gaming away from Vegas, NAC was away from the destination places, so more in the suburbs or regions and trying to get the everyday customer. And I think that makes sense, and that's been a lot of gaming, and there's a ton of gaming in America for that. But in terms of what is sort of an untapped opportunity for gaming in America is actually gaming in sort of larger metropolises. Historically, much of the big cities kind of avoided it, whether it's just by momentum or or just the way the regulations worked initially. They wanted to create the economic activity away from the the city centers. But that's really changing, and it's not us that's leading that. I mean, obviously, Wynn putting a casino right in Boston, the Philly casinos, Pittsburgh casinos, the ones right outside of DC. There's been a really nice return on capital for those operators that are willing to put capital into new build casinos that are closer to these large urban metropolises, and really generate a new product that looks good. It's a bit more of a destination, has a lot of non-gaming amenities to also offer the community. So look, it's no surprise that New York City is interested in one of these. We're also happen to be involved in the process in Chicago as we speak. So we're one of the 3 bidders there. Look, I think New York happens to be my hometown, so I care about New York a little bit more on that case. But look, we are excited about the possibilities for this market. We're excited to put together a proposal that I think will be compelling and competitive for the city, and look forward to showing that to the rest of the world. So yeah, in general, we are We believe in casino gaming. We think that capital spent the right way actually could be quite could have great returns, and that's the most important, the most thing for us. And um, and New York is absolutely one of those markets that, if done the right way, we can get real good returns.
Sure. And a little bit more on land-based. Last time we spoke, you said your role is as sort of to look into the financial health of such and such institution, whether it's worth it for Bally's to go in that direction. But the actual operational side of running the casino, you lead up to the experts, the people who have spent their careers doing this. I'm wondering how you go about deciding who's best for running the operations side of the casino.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I've been in the space long enough where had a chance to meet a lot of the management teams out there. Look, we happen to have a very strong team led by George Papanier, leading our efforts at Bally's. Look, I'll tell you, going from one casino to 16 is not that easy, you know. And some people will say, well, you haven't built them all yourself. Some you've acquired, some you fixed up, some you've turned around. And I say exactly. You know, I think that the team that we've been working with in Bally's has proven itself to be able to do all of the disciplines: build big, build small, acquire, churn around, acquire a nice facility, acquire something that needs a little more tender love and care. Has actually done all of these things, and has built up quite an amount of confidence as to what they think they can deliver when they see a facility. And it's been a real asset to myself, as from the seat that you've described, you know, for me, which is the way I describe it, which is, look, my seat is that of a capital allocator and an assessor of progress, you know. And so we are there. We're there to allocate the capital of the company, put it into new projects, putting into reinvestment into existing projects, you know, online business. All these things, we have choices, you know. We also have the choice of paying down our debt or buying back shares. So there's other capital decisions we have to make. And those choices, we're always balancing what's the best way to spend the dollar that's going to ultimately get the best return for our shareholders in the long run. So having a management team that's really good at telling me what's in the realm of the possible in terms of new build and reinvestment of capital into our existing fleet. That's been a real godsend. And so, look, the way you know is working with people for a long time. I've worked with George for 10 years. The way you know is, you know, holding people accountable, you know, giving people an opportunity, giving them some rope to take some chances, give them a sense of agency so that they can make the call. And then a sense of accountability that if the call goes well, that they're rewarded for it. And if a call goes poorly, that they acknowledge it, understand what went wrong, you know, get better for the future. That's that process of accountability, of granting agency and then holding people accountable. That's actually part of what we do from a capital perspective. It's not just, you know, just writing checks. It's actually, you know, working with people, because again, behind every project, beyond what the price tags are the people that are actually going to execute them, you know. And you need to have a good relationship with those people, and you need to be fair with how you read things, the situation, how you hold them responsible for outcomes, how sometimes outcomes are not their fault, and then work with them. So look, we've built the team, we've grown the team. George has been there the whole time, and so yeah, you know, by doing and by building experience and confidence in each other.
And with this relatively rapid rate of expansion, over-expansion, the fear of it's never entered the equation?
Sure. No, absolutely. I think that the rapid rate of expansion is an indication of how confident we are, you know. I think that obviously, I always just I sort of it's interesting. Is it overinvestment? Absolutely. You know, we're very careful about making sure that We don't stretch the finances of our company. Look, we have some leverage, but we're not like high leveraged. And we own most of our real estate. So we actually, in terms of having capital reserves, we have plenty of capital reserves. So we believe we have an operation that isn't, redlining in any way, and isn't, right at the edge. But at the same time, Cameron, look, we're entrusted capital. Look, people can buy shares of any company. They need to know that when they buy shares of our company, that those shares are working for them. That money is working for them. And I always actually tell all my management teams, guys, my job is to get you an F1 race car, and your job is to race it at whatever 165 miles an hour, right on the edge. And it's kind of interesting. Like you don't buy a race car and drive it 55 around the track. And give yourself a medal for that. So I think it is a balance. I think it is a balance of making sure that you have the reserves, that you're not way over the line, but that you're driving pretty hard with the money that when you do put out money, you're putting out, you have high expectations and you want to work hard and actually get close to the wall, for each finite opportunity. Look, that balance, Cameron, getting it right, is where it's more art than science. Look, I'm in this business not because I am a casino expert. I'm in this business because I'm a restructuring and turnaround guy, and casino is a space that is so boom and bust, like it's like boom, boom. Think about what a genius, Steve Wynn is, one of the leaders of the industry, has built almost everything that's US gaming. However, like, he's, lost his company twice along the way, 3 times. The Golden Nugget and then in a Mirage, and then each time had to sell along the way because something went wrong, and win with something different. But I'm just saying that, like, the leaders of the space have gone boom and bust, and so, look, from my perspective, that's something I don't want to imitate. We are, in that way, I am not a casino guy. I'm not a gambling guy. I am a capital allocator, and we will never, from a corporate perspective, get that close to the wall.
Yep.
I want my teams to feel like they're working hard, and if they take a shot at something, that they're working hard. And it feels like it's hard to do, but we're going to always maintain sort of reserve. Never bet the house or leverage, at the farm, or because it is such a boom and bust business that would just be imprudent.
Yes. And you're a big brand cheerleader for the Ballys brand, and I'm wondering what role that plays. Yes. What role that plays in what you're trying to do with Ballys?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, it's wonderful. Look, there's so much to that, right? I mean, I think we just got lucky a little bit because, again, amongst the lots of different assets that we look to find that are underappreciated, the Bally brand name itself we felt was underappreciated. I mean, it's a brand that's almost 100 years old. Actually started as the company that made pinball and carnival machines, for festivals and carnival, the Midway, and then branched out into gaming machines, casinos itself, amusement parks, gyms, all this really entertainment, and it's actually that entertainment and video games too. I don't know if Space Invaders was Bally Midway, and so it's so interesting that if you think about what we're doing is we're still working on that entertainment, obviously physically at the casino, but also online, all of those brands still stand for entertainment online as well. And we go, where our customers are. And so, look, it's really exciting to revive a brand as much as it is to revive a company. I think Bally's is one of the best gaming brands, sort of universally acknowledged. and look, at one point, Bally's was the center of the gaming. It was like the largest physical gaming company. Bally's, in AC was right on Boardwalk and Park Place. So it's a long way from there for us. Like we're not. We have a regional portfolio. We have, we don't quite have all the A assets. But again, I think it's a really wonderful heritage. And it's something that's important for us to bring back. And I think it is. I really think it is important to have a brand. Whether it's for sports media, whether it's online. Having a brand, is a message. Is still a very relevant messaging for your customers as to what values and experiences you stand for. Yeah, no, we continue to want to build the brand.
Sure. I just have one final question for you, which is pretty general, but what are your plans for 2022?
Yeah, 2022 look, we have some important proposals out physically. So look, I think that the proposal for Chicago, which is done, is going to be adjudicated early in 2022. We have at some point we're gonna we're gonna close on the acquisition of Tropicana Las Vegas sometime in the middle of the year. And by the time we close, I think we'll make a pretty large announcement as to what we want to do with the site, the 35 acres right in Vegas. And then obviously this New York project, which you alluded to, which that process, the RFP I think will start, sometime in 22, and we'll be ready for that. So actually 22 is a very, very busy year on the casino side. Mm-hmm. On the online side, it's also a very busy year because it's the first year that we've brought all of these things together under GameSys, and the GameSys team is now tasked with executing the incorporation of sports into the North American interactive business, continuing on, the successes they've had internationally, and so it's an execution year, it's a rollout year, and so that's important for the GameSys half of the business. So yeah, no, we have a lot to do. We got a lot to get done in 22. I'm really excited. I think our prospects are super bright. Yeah, I can't be more excited for it. I can't be more excited for the new year.
Yes. Well, good luck with all that, Mr. Kim.
Cameron, thank you again. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for talking.
And happy to follow up. So
okay,
stay tuned.
Thank you.